Person-centered and family-engaged care is an approach that emphasizes respecting and honoring the preferences, needs, and values of each resident while actively involving their families in the care process. It focuses on creating a supportive environment where residents feel valued, families feel empowered, and care decisions are collaborative. This model goes beyond providing basic services by addressing emotional, social, and relational needs, ensuring that care is truly individualized. It's about seeing each resident as a whole person with a unique history and set of relationships that are integral to their well-being. The uniqueness of person-centered and family-engaged care lies in its emphasis on collaboration, personalization, and empowerment. Traditional models often prioritize efficiency and standardization, which can lead to a one-size-fits-all approach. This philosophy flips that model by focusing on the individual, tailoring care to their specific preferences and values. Families are treated as integral partners rather than peripheral participants, fostering a deeper level of trust and engagement. This approach also encourages the creation of environments where residents maintain autonomy and purpose, which significantly enhances their quality of life. Transitioning to senior housing is a major life change for both residents and their families. Person-centered and family-engaged care is vital because it addresses the emotional, social, and relational challenges that come with this transition. By involving families in the care process and prioritizing the unique needs of each resident, this approach not only improves satisfaction, but also builds trust and fosters a sense of community. Importantly, it recognizes that care is not just a service, but a relationship, which is essential for creating a sense of home and belonging in senior housing. Education and training are absolutely essential for empowering caregiving staff to implement person-centered and family-engaged care effectively. Caregivers are on the front lines of delivering this type of care, and they need the right tools, skills, and resources to succeed. Training programs should focus on communication, cultural sensitivity, emotional intelligence, and collaborative care planning. By investing in their professional development, we are not only enhancing the quality of care, but also boosting staff confidence, job satisfaction, and retention. When staff feel supported and valued, they're better equipped to create meaningful connections with residents and families, which is the cornerstone of this approach. My role is to help providers integrate these principles into their policies, operations, and culture, while ensuring compliance with legal and regulatory frameworks. This involves developing policies that support individualized care, offering guidance on family engagement strategies, and providing education on the legal implications of care models. I also advocate for training and resources for caregiving staff, helping providers create an environment where both caregivers and residents thrive. Ultimately, my goal is to support senior housing communities in delivering care that is not only compassionate and person-centered, but also sustainable and legally sound. Education and training are the backbone of empowering caregiving staff, which is critical for creating communities that embody person-centered and family-engaged care. This approach aligns perfectly with my vision for senior living, redefining it as a place where residents, families, and staff feel equally supported and engaged. By fostering a culture of empowerment and collaboration, we are not only improving quality of care, but also enhancing job satisfaction for caregivers and building stronger, more compassionate communities. This philosophy supports the broader goals of culture change in senior living, which I champion through initiatives like Guide Path. It's about creating a future where seniors housing is synonymous with dignity, respect, and excellence for all involved. The concept of dignity of risk acknowledges that taking risks is a fundamental part of autonomy and human dignity. For seniors, this means having the right to make choices about their lives, even if those choices involve some level of risk. In seniors housing, this might include deciding whether to participate in certain activities, choose their own meals, or maintain certain levels of independence, even when those choices may not align with traditional safety-focused care models. Balancing safety with the dignity of risk is crucial because it ensures that residents maintain their sense of agency and purpose, which are vital to their overall well-being. Dignity of risk is deeply embedded in the philosophy of person-centered and family-engaged care. Both approaches prioritize honoring residents' autonomy, values, and preferences. The dignity of risk acknowledges that seniors, like everyone else, have the right to make choices that shape their own lives. When families are engaged in the care process, they become partners in understanding and supporting these decisions, even when they carry some inherent risk. It's about creating a balance where safety is considered, but not at the expense of the residents' individuality and freedom. Education is absolutely critical in fostering an understanding of the dignity of risk among caregivers and families. Often there's a natural tendency to want to protect seniors from all potential harm. Even this can inadvertently limit their independence and quality of life. Through education, we can help caregivers and families understand how to evaluate and mitigate risks in a way that still respects the residents' autonomy. Training programs can provide tools for effective communication, risk assessment, and collaborative decision-making. Educating families is particularly important as they need support in navigating the emotional challenges of balancing safety concerns with their loved ones' right to live a fulfilling and independent life. My role is to help providers integrate the dignity of risk into their policies and care practices, while addressing the potential legal and liability concerns it may raise. This involves crafting policies that outline clear protocols for assessing and documenting risks and ensuring that residents and families are well-informed and involved in the decision-making process. I also provide training for staff on how to communicate these principles effectively and mitigate risks without infringing on resident autonomy. By creating a culture of transparency and collaboration, providers can uphold the dignity of risk while protecting themselves from potential legal exposure. Embracing the dignity of risk fosters a culture of respect, empowerment, and trust within the senior housing communities. It reinforces the idea that residents are individuals with the right to make choices about their own life, which creates a sense of inclusion and belonging. For staff, it shifts the focus from merely providing safety to truly understanding and supporting residents' goals and values. When implemented thoughtfully, this approach can improve resident satisfaction, strengthen family relationships, and enhance staff engagement, all of which contribute to a thriving, compassionate, and forward-thinking senior housing community.